Hello and welcome to this Forex Preview at xm.com. We'll be discussing the upcoming data out of the UK and the potential reaction in the pound. I'm Maria Pachordes, and joining me is lead investment analyst Rafi Boyajian. So Rafi, the latest employment numbers just came out, and on Wednesday we'll get the monthly GDP readings. The past few weeks have been rocky for the British economy, given the rough start that the new Prime Minister Liz Truss had to her premiership. What are we expecting from the upcoming data? Is a recession on the horizon?
Well, Maria, there's definitely a lot of talk about a recession. So far, the data hasn't been too bad. In fact, we've had the recent data have been, you could say, somewhat better than expected. We did, though, just get the latest employment report that showed that in the 3 months to August, there was a rather large drop in employment. Although we did also see the unemployment rate fall to the lowest since 1974 to 3.5%, and that's because a lot of people left the workforce. So despite the slowdown in the jobs market, it is still a very tight labor market. So we've got upward pressure on wages. So the Bank of England is worried about that. Growth, though, is slowing down. We are expecting that GDP was flat in August, and we're probably going to see a negative print for September. So most likely the third quarter, we're going to have negative growth that compares to the upwardly revised positive growth we saw in the second quarter. So even though the UK is not in recession yet, there's a strong chance that by the end of the year it would have entered a recession. So a lot of worries about the economy, and all this has been made worse by government policies. The budget, of course, sparked market turmoil. There's a lot of worries about Liz Truss's economic thinking, and her chancellor as well, Kwasi Kwarteng, who's been accused of being reckless by announcing unfunded tax cuts. There's been some good news, though, the fact that the chancellor has brought forward the date which he was going to announce his fiscal plan, where he was going to give more details about how he's going to make those higher borrowing levels more sustainable. That's been brought forward from end of November to October 31st. So some signs that the government is now starting to listen more and move in the direction, but overall a lot of uncertainty about economic policy in the UK.
What will all this mean for the pound? Do you think the data will help sterling recover a bit?
Well, we've seen the full impact on sterling from that loss of investor confidence in the UK government. In recent days, yes, we've seen some reversal of the strong rebound in sterling, but that's mainly been due to the very strong US dollar. We still have, of course, a very hawkish Federal Reserve in America, and I think the expectation is that no other central bank will be able to match the rate hikes that the Fed is doing right now. So Bank of England, ECB will not be able to keep up with the Fed because of weaker economies in Europe. The cost of living crisis is still going on. The energy crisis is expected to seriously endanger economic growth during the winter season. So whilst we've got so much uncertainty, and particularly for the UK with the new government, this loss of investor confidence, it's hard to see sterling recovering significantly anytime soon.
Rafi, thanks so much. And thanks for joining us at xm.com.